Starting, all attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, it's Ed Downs here, and welcome to another edition of the Local Niche Blueprint Coaching Program. And hope everybody's having a great week. And we've got we got a big group today. This is great. And as always, I want to know where people are joining us from. So go ahead and type in where you're joining us from today. And let's see. And then, yes, I've gotten a couple of questions here already that we'll address in the call today. Let's see. We got Scott in Greenville. We got Allison in Boston. We got Al in Sacramento. I'm in North Carolina today. And Wade, where are you joining us from today?
New England, Connecticut, nice and cool, beautiful
Yeah.
day. Not too cold, not too warm, so I'm very happy about that.
Excellent. We got Arena is joining us from Jacksonville. Marsha from Illinois. Rick from Dubai. Bonnie from Calgary. Got quite a group today. So very cool, very cool. So anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good week. This week has been probably one of the busiest weeks I've had in months because of everything we're doing here, as well as coaching that I do, as well as preparing for the local summit and also preparing for the Entrepalooza event that I am sponsoring, or I'm a sponsor at. And so, we got Joseph from Virginia, and let's see, Patakarn is from Connecticut. Go Ed, thanks. So anyway, so great to see everybody here today, and hopefully everybody's taking action. This is an exciting week because this is the week where you get the 12 done-for-you niches delivered, and we release the package codes for that to get those loaded into your system. And last week, everybody had an opportunity to do their catch-up as well. So we're going to go through that, and I'm going to also give you guys a glimpse at the redesign that I'm doing for the process maps and the funnel maps that I've been working on. So get to give you a little glimpse of those and what those look like. They're coming along really nicely. So that's great. So first of all, I want to find out. Now, everybody last week, I asked at the end of the call to type in and let me know what it is that you're going to do over the next week to further your progress in the Local Niche Blueprint Coaching Program. So if you go ahead and type in what you've done since the last call towards your Local Niche Blueprint goals, and let me know how that's going. And let's see. Karen's asking Wade, asking where do they get the package codes? That's on by request only, right? So they have to request that through support. Is that correct?
Yes, that is right. Just send in a request once you're ready, and we'll go ahead and have that out to you.
Great. Yeah, once you're ready for the package codes, you'll put in a ticket at support@nitrosupport.com. The reason being is that we keep careful track of those codes. In other words, when somebody installs the code, we can see that in our system. It lists out everybody that has that code installed. So we can actually, when you install the code, then and those that do, that have the code installed that we don't want to have the code installed, we can actually click a little button and it pulls that stuff back out of their account, so that we can tightly regulate who has the access to that information in those codes. Really cool ability to do that. I'm going to be showing you in this program towards the end how you can do the same thing for your clients and give them content and campaigns, but also regulate that if you have a client that you part ways with, you can turn that off if you want and pull that back out. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so Allison made 2 videos because she's putting together a video series, which we'll talk about in this program. It's not really part of this program, but it'll be a little extra something that we talk about in a couple weeks, where it's, you know, as a lead magnet, you could use a free report or you could use a free book, but something that Allison's working on right now is putting together a video series. So as she does that, you know, I'll be in touch with her and she can share her progress on that, and we can maybe share that with the group. Allison got our business cards done and did her research for niches. That's awesome. Rick signed up for leadpages.net. Very good. Arena, still a little behind, finishing report, getting ready to order cover on Fiverr. Once ready, I will set up SendPepper. Awesome. And let's see. Petakarn, I made more research calls, got better response this time. Also got in touch with Sue about the book, and we exchanged conversations and my introduction. Sue is awesome. Yes, she is really great. Let's see, Marcia, I worked on learning how to use SendPepper. I also ran ads for appointment setters and sales reps, but only had one response that didn't work out. Next time I will use the ads from local sales automation. Yeah, definitely use the ads from local sales automation. If you find that it's not pulling well, you know, tweak the ad a little bit. You know, it works differently in different geographic areas. Sometimes you have to use lighter language, things like that, but it's just one of those things where, you know, like as anything, you know, you have to test it. Let's see. Bonnie, I'm still behind, way behind. Well, Bonnie, you know, reach out to me if you want. We can hop on the phone and see what we can do to get you moving forward. If it's just a time thing, then you're kind of on your own with that. But if there's anything I can do to help get you unstuck, then let's do it. Al, got through Module 3, except video is not finished yet. Should have it today or tomorrow. Awesome. Let's see, Allison, her book is now on Amazon. That is really cool. Bonnie made some calls for online ordering. Excellent. Sherry, week from hell. I'm definitely going to make up everything this week. All right, Sherry, I'm going to hold you to that. Next week we'll hopefully be caught up. Janita, set up SendPepper, worked on free report, edited email series halfway through Module 4. That's great. And so that's great. So everybody's making some progress right now. Last week was the catch-up week. Just for housekeeping, you can see where we are this week. Oops, that's the wrong graphic. Hold on, let me just improvise here. We'll go over here to boop, 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 boop. There we go. So we have week 5, module 4 is beginning this week, and this is where we start to assemble the funnel, and we release the done-for-you niches for you to start using, and also the package codes for you, those folks that want to use the done-for-you stuff that we've built out in SendPepper. So that's very cool. Next week, week 6, will be module 5, where we'll start talking about the service offerings, vendors, and pricing. More excitement. So very cool. Before we open it up to questions, I do want to show you what I got going on with the funnel. So you guys remember that we had the funnels, these funnels here, right? Well, we're taking them one step forward, and we are actually recreating those in Lucidchart. So Lucidchart is the tool that I use for basically building out my process and system maps. So, for example, we have, let's look at the free report delivery sequence. This one's a very simple one, but I'm building this out for all of the different maps. So you can see at the very top here we have the process, which is free report requested, free report delivered. Very simple process, right? Then the interface, there's really 2 pages there. One's a free report request page and one's a thank you page. And then here's what's going on behind the scenes. When they request the report, they're put into a sequence, they're tagged, and then they receive the emails delivering the free report. So there's one, and then we've got the 30-day follow-up sequence one. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So this one here, so this is where they make an inquiry and then they schedule a consultation. So there's 2 pages as part of that, the inquiry page and the consultation request. When they fill out the form, they get put into a 30-day sequence, they're tagged for 30-day follow-up, and then they receive the emails that discuss the pain points right through until they schedule a consultation. This one's not done yet. This is the one that I was actually working on this morning. So we have that. And then we have, let's see, we have some other ones here that we're playing around with. This one here is a tripwire sales letter, where basically a tripwire with an upsell and then a thank you page that we're incorporating. That's a little more complicated, but yeah, we're rebuilding these process maps. When they're done, we'll certainly be sharing these with you so that you can use these. These basically are a bridge between these and actually building it in your system, right? So this actually helps you with the process at the top. Then the interface is what the world sees, right? You know, like in this case, we have the tripwire sales page, the product upsell page, and the thank you page. And then behind the scenes, what's going on? We get order forms, sequences taking place, tags. We have rules where people are being pulled out of one sequence or put into another sequence, things like that. But we're building that all out. It'll just make it a lot more easy for you to be able to understand what's going on behind the scenes in not only in SendPepper, because these are a direct reflection of what we're doing in SendPepper, but also you can take these maps and you can actually use these as a guideline to build your own funnels using our materials in your own system, whether it be Infusionsoft or Aweber or anything else that you are using. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of what I got going on in the laboratory here, my mad scientist marketing laboratory. So let's see. Sherry says, do we have access to your charts or do we need to get a Lucidchart account? Okay, well, it's up to you, Sherry. So I'm going to be actually giving these to you in PDF format. Let me see if I can see what that would look like. If I can show you one. Let me block you guys out for just a second so I can see if I can find one of these. Funnel maps. Let's see. It's not going to be easy for me to find this right this second, so I'm not going to waste our time on there. But yes, I will be providing these in PDF format so that you guys can go ahead and just use them that way. If you do have a Lucidchart account, the cool thing is I can just basically share those maps with you, and they will appear in your Lucidchart account, and then you can go ahead and edit those. Use them as templates to build custom funnels for yourself or for your clients, things like that. It's up to you. Lucidchart's not very expensive. I think it's like $4 or $5 a month type of thing. It's a great little tool, but don't feel that you have to get that because I will be providing these in PDF format for you. So not to worry, I got you covered. Allison asks, what's a tripwire? Well, it's a funnel term, I believe that founded by, I think it was Randy Dice's folks or somebody like that. But anyway, it has to do with an initial purchase that somebody makes in your funnel that's very, very low ticket, but it turns them from a prospect into a very low barrier of entry point, in other words, and then the psychology changes because now they're a customer rather than a prospect, and they're more likely to buy from you in the future. That's all it is. But I'm actually creating versions of those types of funnels for local marketing. Let's see. Joseph says, do you need a separate URL for each page in Lucidcharts? Well, the way the Lucid Charts works is I have here, these are all some charts that I've built out here. Here's another one that'll open in a second. This one's a very colorful one, but so here's a video series funnel, right? So you know, you have your traffic opt-in, deliver video win, deliver video 2, deliver video 3, present an offer, purchase product, deliver product. That's the process. Here are the interface, the pages, and the opt-in forms, and then you have the various things going on behind the scenes, rules taking place, things like that. So just another way to look at the same type of a process. But no, you don't. So they're all stored in your Lucid Chart account, and then I can basically share each chart with folks. I can just basically share it, and then I put your email address in. And if it's the email address associated with your Lucid Chart account, then the next time you go in, when you go into your shared documents folder, that chart will be there. And you can use that as a template. You can make copies of it. You can print it. You can do whatever you want with it. It's pretty cool stuff. So anyway, let's see. So Marcia says, what is the local autopilot discussed in Module 4 videos? So local autopilot is basically a series of campaigns that I built over a 2-year period that are done for you, just like the package codes for local niche blueprint campaigns. Well, this has about, it must be 30 or 35 campaigns that are in local autopilot, and you pay a monthly subscription fee to be able to use those campaigns. And so it's a separate thing. Do you need it as part of this local niche blueprint? No. Is it something to consider in the future after you start getting clients? Absolutely, because it has client getting campaigns, it has campaigns for client retention, upselling, cross-selling, getting testimonials, getting referrals, video campaigns, customer onboarding campaigns, reactivation campaigns, long-term nurture. So all kinds of really cool stuff. But we'll talk about that more later on. I don't want to sidetrack us or pull our focus off of what we are doing. Let's see. Joseph's talking about there is a $8 and $21 a month for 5 users. So is a user same as machine? So to load on 3 machines. I don't know the licensing for Lucidchart, Joseph. You'd have to look at them. I bought a team license, which gives me 5 different users. And I think the users are associated with an email address. So it'd be 5 different email addresses, I believe. So that's my understanding, but you'll have to check that out with them. Let's see. Packard says, I'm not familiar with the term cross-selling. So cross-selling, and a good example in local marketing for cross-selling, if you have clients right now that are SEO clients, you might want to have a cross-selling type of plan to get them on board with social media, mobile marketing, things like that. That's what a cross-selling would be. Now, the cool thing is what you're learning here in Local Niche Blueprint has cross-selling already built into it, because not only are you going to be doing strategy sessions for all the new folks that come on board into your sales funnel, but also we're going to talk about doing a strategy session for your existing clients that you're already providing value to, that you might only be providing one service for. We're going to talk about getting them into a strategy session where you can show them, walk them through the value of doing, a bigger picture with you, and then get them on board with those services. Let's see. Dawn says, I thought that was part of this program. Is that different than what we get inside SendPepper? Dawn, so Local Autopilot is a standalone subscription service that's been around for about a year and a half, and it has about 30 different campaigns in it. The local niche blueprint stuff that you're getting as part of this coaching program is not part of local autopilot. The people in local autopilot do not have access to that. The only way to get access to those materials and those done-for-you campaigns is through this program. These campaigns can be loaded with package codes into your SendPepper account, just like the campaigns, the monthly bonus campaigns that are released each month in local autopilot. It's the same concept of using a package code. But yeah, the two are different. You know, you're not going to get local autopilot as part of this program, and local autopilot's not going to get local niche blueprint. Now keep in mind, this program is a coaching program. This is not a product. So this flies under completely different rules than probably what you're used to with products that you've bought in the past. This is an actual, you know, coaching program where we move along at a certain pace. I know a couple of you have been frustrated that you wanted to move along faster, but this is the pace that, you know, we told you we were going to go at right from the beginning, right on the webinar and everything, and that's the pace we're going. So that, you know, just, you know, bear with us. As you know, a reason for it. We've let in the previous class, we let a couple of people move ahead that were convinced that they were advanced and could handle it, and they ended up not doing well. So we just decided we're just not going to do that. We're not going to open that up early access to folks, because it just backfires on us. And you know how those things go. If somebody has an unhappy experience, then of course, you know, we're the ones that get blamed for it. So we you know, have to stick to our guns on that. But it looks like everybody's moving along well. And the cool thing is those of you that are slightly ahead of others, or ahead or caught up, or whatever you want to call it, you have plenty of opportunity to implement some of the other things that we have offered to give you as a bonus, as part of being part of this program, such as local sales automation, where you can hire and train sales folks and appointment setters, and some of those types of things. So that's really cool. I see some of you taking action on that, which is really awesome, because if you finish this program and have that set up at the same time, that's going to be a really, really good situation for you, because you're going to have folks out there hitting the ground and selling. So that's very good. Let's see, Joseph. Joseph says, unclear if we need both SendPepper for the 12 niches plus Lucid Charts. Why? You don't need SendPepper and you don't need Lucid Charts. They are completely optional. You get the 12 done-for-you niches given to you as part of this program. You can take those niches and you can put those into whatever autoresponder or automation system that you want to. But the advantage to having SendPepper is that we give you what's called a package code, and that will instantly load those materials into your account, so you don't have to take the hours involved with copying and pasting each individual email and organizing them into sequences, and then tying those sequences to web forms and things like that, and then putting those web forms on landing pages. This just saves you a lot of time, but by no means you don't have to. Although if you're going to use some sort of a marketing automation system, you might as well use SendPepper, since you can load this stuff, you know, without all the labor. Lucid Charts, you don't need Lucid Charts. All it is that just happens to be what I use to build my process maps. I'm going to provide those process maps to you in PDF form when they're complete, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to draw process maps for your clients, so that they, you know, you understand what it is they're trying to do, and vice versa, things like that, you're welcome to do that. If you want to receive my process maps in electronic format, so that you can play with them and drag them around and change them and edit them, then you would need Lucid Charts. So that's just, you know, so you're real clear on that. You don't have to buy that stuff if you don't want to. Let's see. Don says, when do we get package codes? You should be able to get the package codes as of today, I believe. So just go to support@nitrosupport.com. Let's see. I just updated the package code. So Wade, before you hand those out, after this call, I will send you over the latest package code. So we're handing out the latest and greatest to everybody. But yes, you should be getting that. I believe it's today or tomorrow is the actual formal release date for those. Let's see. Karen says, when I downloaded the videos for Module 4, I only see one for customer and patients and do not one for clients. Where would I find the one for clients? Let's see. They should all be there. I will take a look after this call to make sure that they are there. And that says that should be in the bonus. Those should be in the bonus folder that you got when you first joined. But the done for you niches should be in a bonus folder or bonus link in Module 4. Let's see. Karen says, how do I access the local sales automation tools? Can't recall. Yes, just go to local sales automation. I'll type it in. Local sales automation /members, and you can do a password reset. And if you have problems beyond that, definitely do a ticket, and that's at, let me type that in, support@nitrosupport.com, and you should be able to, Wade will help you if you're having any issues. Every once in a while we have somebody, for some reason, that the password reset won't work. Usually it's because they use different email address than what they use to sign up, and that's fine. Wade will take care of you. See, Marcia says, I only found the 2 videos as well. So you're talking about the videos. I'll check on that. I'll make sure that everything's in there after this call. Dawn says, I only see up to Module 3. You should be getting access to that today or tomorrow. It really depends on what day you signed up, because it's triggered on a 30-day schedule. So on your 30th day or whatever whatever day of the week you joined, it should be popping up at that point. If you don't see it today or tomorrow, Don, definitely reach out to Wade at support. Make sure that gets delivered to you. Karen says, how do I access the local sales automation tools? Can't recall. Okay, I already answered that. Joseph says, I'll be using SendPepper so I can load everything from you. Question is, explain the advantage of $139 per month SendPepper. You said it integrates with billing to clients. Yes. So the $79 a month version will provide everything that you need as part of this program. Okay, everything that we're going to discuss, everything we're going to go over in this coaching program, you can achieve with the $79 a month. That's landing pages, the web forms, follow-up sequences, all the emails, things like that. Now, if you want to integrate your billing or APIs to other types of systems, and anybody that does not know what an API is, that's just basically it's when the two systems talk to each other. There's other softwares out there that can talk to SendPepper if you have API access. That's granted at the $139 a month level. In the billing, that's a big advantage. If you want to do auto billing, things like that, you can integrate your merchant account, whether it be Stripe or PowerPay or PayFlow or PayPal or whatever your merchant account is. You can integrate that as long as it's one of the ones that SendPepper integrates with. They have a little drop-down list there that shows you which ones they do. Then you will have no problem there. So that's an advantage there, and it allows you to set up automatic billing each month instead of sending out invoices and things like that. I just find automatic billings much better because you don't end up with a situation where you're sending out invoices that go unpaid for weeks at a time. It's just every month automatically credit card gets billed, and I always bill at the beginning of the month, before the work's done. This is what I do. So anyway, so very good. So that's the questions that are typed in. So let's see if we have any questions. Anybody that wants to go live on the call? Anybody want to raise their hand, or we got a shy group today? Looks like we might have another question that just popped in here in the box. Karen says, in the done for you packs, has the time frame for emails going out been tested as best timing? Yes. So you'll notice the done for you materials in their raw form, which is Microsoft Word. It tells you what day they go out. So if it says day 0, that means it goes out immediately. If it says day 4, that means it goes the 4th day. And we have played around with, do we do every 2 days? Do we do every 4 days? Do we do every 3 days? And it really depends on how often you want to do it. Right now, I'm testing the rolling out of that 30-day sequence over a 60-day period. So we're spreading them out even further because we're giving them other emails, invites for webinars, book offers, things like that, and I didn't want them to be receiving a couple of emails a day from us. I'd rather have just one email every couple days. So we spread that out a little further. So I'm testing that right now to see how that does, and I'll report back when I have my findings. Let's see. Do we have anybody want to raise their hand, or I don't think so. More questions. We have a shy group today. There's 19 people on this call, so I would imagine there's got to be some questions coming here. Let's see. Joseph says, as you change based on your tests, say 30 to 60 days in the future, can we get updated? Yes. So as I test things, I will share my results in the Facebook group, so you'll be aware of the changes taking place. And if I've tested a new version of a material, if I test a new version of something, let's say if I change the intervals on an autoresponder sequence, then the raw materials in the member site will be changed, and the old versions will be replaced with the new versions. As far as having that set up in your autoresponder, well, it's going to be up to you to go in and edit those dates and things like that yourself. And if any significant changes come about, or if we add any additional elements to the follow-up sequences, then obviously we will add a new package code and we'll roll that out to you. But right now this is pretty robust and it's working pretty well for a lot of folks. Let's see. Karen says, can't get the local sales automation. It should be localsalesautomation.com/members to work. I tried putting WW in front of it as well. Is there a link in the local niche blueprint members area instead? That's a great idea. I will make a note of that to add a link to that in the members area. But it should be local. Maybe I mistyped it. Let me type that in again. Local sales, SALESAUTOMATION.com/members. If I forgot to put the .com on before, I apologize, but that should be it. Very cool. So, Allison says, you prefer PowerPoint over Keynote? I don't really use Keynote. Just never got into it. I've always used PowerPoint over the years, and that's just kind of what I've stuck with. But I know a lot of folks that use PowerPoint and they love it. So let's see. Let me ask this question. Who is still struggling with picking a niche? Is anybody still struggling with picking a niche? And also, has everybody done the discovery on the pain points. Allison says, still working on it. Karen says, stuck between a couple of niches. Karen, both those niches look good. I would just, pick one or the other and go with it. I see people having success in both those niches, actually. See, Arena says, it seems that the initial report we are giving away at opt-in is the same for all niches, or did I miss something? Yes, it is. You still need to go, we have the done-for-you materials, but you still have to go in and you have to put in your own bio at the beginning, your own call to action at the end, and you have to tweak those pain points to make sure that they properly reflect the pain points that you discovered when you went through and did the exercise when you did discovering the pain points in Module 2. So yes, we got the done-for-you materials, but that does not mean that you don't have to do anything. You do have to go in and make sure that they are aligned with your business. Because keep in mind, some folks are only going to want to deal with 4 or 5 pain points, right? Some folks are going to want to deal with a dozen pain points. And you want to make sure the pain points not only align well with the services that you want to offer, right? Because not everybody wants to offer all services. Not everybody wants to do Facebook ads. Not everybody wants to do pay-per-click. Not everybody wants to do SEO. Not everybody wants to do reputation marketing. I do reputation monitoring. I do not do reputation marketing, but that's just by choice. And so that's, you need to make sure that those are aligned with the way you're running your business. Let's see. Joseph says, waiting to see all 12 niches to solidify which niche I'll start with. Okay, so Joseph, does that mean that you did not do the exercises in Module 1 and 2? Did I just totally bust you? Make sure that you're doing those exercises, right? Even if you already have an idea of what niche you're going to choose. Let's see. Janita says, chose a niche that I have 20 years of experience in, made the discovery process easier. Very good. Sherry says, not good at identifying pain points. All right, well, let's talk about that for a minute. So pain points, right? Pain points are not saying to a prospect that they're not on the first page of Google. Pain points are not saying to a prospect that they only have 4 stars and a reputation. Pain points are about things that they can quantify. For example, not having enough customers, or not having a way to follow up with their customers, or their customers are going to the competition, or they're not getting repeat business, things like that. So keep that in mind. Yes, some of those are like a website not showing up well on a mobile device. That's sort of in between, so I include that, things like that. But just be real careful with that. You want to make sure that pain points are compelling enough for a business owner. Business owners really don't care about the mechanics of what we do. We get excited about it because that's what we do, but a business owner honestly could care less. They're more concerned with making money, saving money, being more profitable, and things like that. So you want to try to spin everything that you talk about in those terms. Let's see. Let's see. Scott says, in pain points research really gives you what to market to. I found things I never would have thought of when I did my calls and research. Thanks, Scott. Yeah. So again, beyond just coming up with things to put into the marketing materials, that whole research process has a whole nother element, a whole nother reason for doing it, is for you to become more familiar with that niche. So don't just think of it in terms of in a linear fashion of, oh, I need to do, I don't have to do this exercise because I'm getting the done for you niches. That's completely untrue. You do need to do those exercises so that you understand the niche. Unless you've been working in that niche for years and you understand every little aspect of it. But I'm just advising you, do the work. Let's see. Bonnie, where do I go to set up my one-on-one coaching call? Let me type that in. Oops. Okay. So there you go. Joseph, still working on exercise 2. Yep, good for you. Let's see. Does this process translate well to industries that work B2B? Yes, it does, because remember, we are leading with pain points, and every business owner has pain points. It's a matter of determining what those pain points are. And there are some industries that that are both B2B and B2C. For example, construction, right? Construction, you're going to have homeowners wanting to build homes, but you're also going to have within the building network, you're going to have plumbers that provide services to residential folks, but you're also going to have plumbers that provide services to people building houses, right? To build a new bathroom in a house that's being built. So their customer is going to be the general contractor building a house. So yes, it really depends. It works well with either way, but the pain points for a general contractor are going to be completely different than the pain points for a consumer. Just something to keep in mind. Scott says, like you say, a business owner doesn't think about another star on their reputation will give them. They're concerned about getting butts in the seats. Yep, people through the door. Now, that's not to say that the reputation, the concept of reputation, can't be built out into a pain point, but the citations or the stars themselves are not compelling. Now, what that means to a business owner in terms of dollars, if you can quantify that, that is a true pain point for a business owner. So if you can actually quantify to them by not having a reputation program that this is the pain that's causing, that's a different story. And so you just keep that in mind. Okay, we're running out of questions already. Oh, actually, we're making pretty good time here. So anyway, you should be getting your information released for Module 4. You should be watching those videos, and you should be unlocking those done-for-you niches and starting to put those into your SendPepper or whatever autoresponder it is you're going to use. And next week, I know we'll be talking about that because there'll be a lot of questions about that. How do I do this? How do I do that? And next week, one of the things I'll do is I'll actually go in and demonstrate, how to install that package code and what all is there and everything after everybody's had a chance to look at that stuff. So if anybody's still struggling at that point, I'll be happy to walk through that as a sort of an unplanned event. So Karen says, I went to the local sales automation page, entered my email under lost password. It says it doesn't recognize my email. Maybe Wade could help get access. So Karen, yes, just send an email to support@nitrosupport.com, and Wade will get you all hooked up. Allison says, please explain the difference between reputation management and reputation marketing. I don't know that there is a difference. I think it's the same thing being called by two different names. What I do is I do reputation monitoring. Now, reputation monitoring is just basically setting up listening services so that if anything is written about my client, whether it's good or bad, it gets reported to me, and then I can provide that report to my clients. As opposed to the reputation management marketing, there's various services you can provide out there where you actually can, do everything from collecting and posting reviews to building pages on their site that have reviews to posting video content out there to there's also some tools out there that allow you to build blogs or mini sites out there where reputation citations can be posted. Also, having a place on their front website where you can post reputation material. Those are just some of the things you can do. I don't do those. Other people do, and it's a great service. It's just that I'm very, very streamlined and tight on the services I provide. I'm not one of those people that tries to do everything. But yeah, that's really the difference as I see it. Let's see. Arena says reputation management is more like reputation monitoring. Okay, thank you, Arena. So Arena says reputation management is more like monitoring, and then marketing. Irina says reputation marketing is shouting to the world about your reputation. So okay, so I kind of had it right. Thank you, Irina, for helping me clarify that. See, Karen says, what are the specific services you provide? Well, it's funny you asked that, Karen, because next module is where we talk about service offerings and vendors, and I'll get into that in more detail. But just to give you an idea, I do a limited amount of SEO, and I do pay-per-click. I create landing pages with web forms. I write free reports for my clients, and I do follow-up sequences for them, just like you guys are setting up in your funnel. I set up funnels for my clients because it raises their conversion rates. I'm going to be talking to you about how to do that and whatnot. Also, I set up reputation monitoring. I don't really do anything with social media. Let's see, I also set up campaigns for my clients for client reactivation, so bringing back former clients, and also referral campaigns. And I also set up analytics, and we're going to talk about that in much greater detail next week, where you'll go through and you'll look at, there's so many services out there. It's really incredible, all the different things you can do. And you can be one of those people that wants to do it all, and that's fine. That's great. Or you could just be very focused. I'm going to talk about the 6 areas of excellence in a business, which is traffic, capture, which is lead capture, lead nurture, which is following up, sales conversion, client maximization, which is reactivating clients and getting referrals and testimonials and things like that, and then analytics. And we're going to talk about each of those 6 areas and the different services that map to those 6 areas. And you can pick and choose what services you want. Do you want to have 3 different services to choose from to solve each problem, and that's fine? Or do you just want to have, for traffic, here's what I do. This one thing. This is one thing I do for traffic. Or here's the 2 things I do for traffic. And so we're going to go through that exercise in the next module, and it's going to force you to think about how you want to build your business, right? And once you figure out what service you want to offer, then we're going to say, okay, out of the services I want to offer, what do I do about fulfillment? What can I outsource? Who can I outsource it to? Do I want to have all my outsourcing be to one vendor, or do I want to, pick the best of each category, things like that, and you figure out your pricing, and then what your costs are, so that your cost of goods sold, and then your markups, your margins, and then your pricing. And we're going to work through all that. Let's see. Sherry says, would you please repeat or write out the products you offer? Well, one thing I will say, Sherry, is I have 2 different niches right now that I'm servicing, and the services I offer for each niche are different. So just keep that in mind. That the exercise. These are the exercises I go through myself when rolling out a niche. I do go through the services exercise that we're going to go through in Module 6. I do that myself, and I determine for this particular niche, what do I want to offer. Just for example, right? Here's an example: cosmetic dentistry versus regular general dentistry. Mobile apps. Mobile apps are great for a general dentist because you can set up appointment reminders and things like that. But for cosmetic dentists, I just don't see what the return on investment is for a dentist to have a mobile app. Because with a cosmetic dentist, how many times are you going to see a cosmetic dentist in your life? Maybe once, maybe twice, right? So really, to me, it doesn't make sense to have a mobile app or that type of thing with appointment reminders for cosmetic dentists. Whereas a regular dentist, where people come for their teeth cleaning every 6 months, it makes perfect sense. So these are the types of things or exploration you have to go through when you're determining your service offerings. And part of that is understanding the niche itself and the nuances, even at the sub-niche level, right, between dentists and cosmetic dentists. There's a whole series of nuances at the sub-niche level. So those are all things that you have to take into consideration, which we will talk about in Module 6. I mean, Week 6, Module 5. Let's see. Rizwan says, are there any services that you are useful or sell better to dentists that are on your client list? Yeah, like I said, it depends on the sub-niche. I mean, there's within dentistry alone, I can think of at least a half a dozen sub-niches. Everything from Invisalign, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, orthodontics, things like that. The pain points are going to vary from those. So as the pain points vary from those sub-areas, so are the services that you're going to provide to fix those. So, we'll have that discussion in the next module. Let's see, Joseph says, we'll be in Phoenix week 7. How about delaying that week? Joseph, that's a great idea. I was thinking about that earlier today. So we probably will actually delay that week because I know a good number of people. Actually, you know what? Week 7, if you look on the calendar here, is a catch-up week anyway, so that's perfect. We don't have to delay anything. But what we can do is either still have the call that week, or we can just tack an extra call on to the end, or add an additional call somewhere along the way. But yeah, not to worry, you won't miss any new content. It'll be more of a catch-up week that week. Let's see, here's a question. As you add niches, do you drop old niches? How do you keep everything orderly? So my goal in the coming year is to launch a new niche every quarter, every 3 months. I used to want to do it faster than that, but to really do it properly, where you're doing, proper selection of the niche, proper surveying to discover the viability of the niche, and then the pain points, and then building out the funnel, getting it up and running, determining the services for that niche, and then driving traffic to the funnel and everything. Really, to do it right, it takes about 3 months. I know there are some people out there that are thinking to themselves, oh, I could roll out a new niche every month. Well, good luck with that. I mean, I've tried it. It really doesn't work very well. I mean, it ends up being a very half-assed thing. And, if you try to do too much, at once, you can't be good at any one thing. So you just, focus is really important. That's just my opinion. Let's see, Allison's got to run. Bye, Allison. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow on our weekly one-on-one call. Okay, any more questions before we sign off? I think we've got everything covered here. Next week we're going to be talking about service offerings, vendors, and pricing. Go ahead and start getting those niches set up. The done-for-you niche is pretty exciting. Pretty cool niches in there. I hand-selected those myself. They're all viable, really great niches. I do implore you to do the research anyway, even if you already know what niche you're going to do. Anything worth doing in life is worth doing, right? Worth doing right. And this is the right way to do it. So is to follow the steps. So anyway, I know, let's see, I've got a couple of folks here that I'll be talking to in the next week. I know Mark, I'll be talking to Mark this week, and let's see, there's a couple of other people that were on here that they must have gotten off already. But anyway, I know I'll be talking to a few of you in the coming week. I hope you have an awesome week, and if you get stuck on anything, send me an email. Drop me a quick email. I'll be happy to get you unstuck. And remember, as part of this program, you get a one-on-one call with me that you can use anytime you want, and I can help you work through whatever issue that you're stuck on. All right? So guys, everybody have a great week, and I will talk to you later.